Oh, hello there. Yes, well, it's today. This is a good day for it to be today. Sorry about the downbeat attitude, but I have spent a very long period of time on the inevitable, hey, if you want to cancel that subscription, you'll have to ring us up and it'll take forever. Yes, it's astounding that modern capitalism manages to exist without us killing it, but maybe that'll come in the future, eh? Anyway, talking about modern capitalism, as I was indeed, yes, it was intriguing to watch Loki and Piers Morgan on the Piers Morgan Unchallenged something or other talk TV show, because Loki did the one thing that nobody's allowed to do, which is actually mention someone's boss, and he was querying whether or not the owner of Talk TV, and by extension the owner of Piers Morgan, who is one certain ex-Australian but now American citizen by the name of Murdoch, actually had any influence on the station, because he brought up the fact that amongst a leaked list of supporters, shall we say, of Benjamin Netanyahu is Rupert Murdoch, perhaps inevitably, one might say. But of course you're not allowed to say that. And it's really intriguing that we have this beautiful British free speech media whereby certain things are just absolutely taboo, amongst which is, of course, the people that own things. And possibly, maybe, they just have a minor amount of, influence on what's actually said. Now, Piers Morgan said that Murdoch hadn't instructed him to say anything at all about Israel at all, which I'm sure Murdoch hasn't directly, but every station, as you can see from Talk TV, has its own particular station line, in which case it's that Israel can do no wrong. It's the same with GB News, it's the same with the Daily Mail, it's the same with the Daily Express, it's the same with the Daily Telegraph, it's largely the same with the Times, it's certainly the same with the Sun, and the list would go on and on and on and on and on. Now, to believe something that isn't true is called psychosis, and when everybody believes the same thing that isn't true, that's mass psychosis, which societies are quite capable of doing. But in this case, of course, the mass psychosis is actually being enforced upon us, because rather than allowing voices, real voices, to suggest that maybe our involvement in an organisation that is involved in a probable genocidal conflict in multiple areas, and indeed providing very much succour, aid and assistance in terms of real military might to those people, might actually end up with something bad happening. But of course, if something bad does happen, it won't be the fact of anything that we've done or anything that Benjamin Netanyahu has done. It will simply be the bad people. That's what we'll be told by Rupert Murdoch's Talk TV and Marshall's GB News and the rest of them, even though magically, of course, it won't be the owners' voices that we hear. That would be silly. It would be like going on X and finding all this right-wing stuff and believing somehow that's associated with Elon Musk. Which it is, isn't it? Yes. Anyway, I don't know about you, but I just find myself, I do find it really, really very, very odd that these people like Toby Young, Julia Hartley-Brewer, that will forever go on about citizen journalists and the democratisation of free speech, are quite happy to simply pretend magically that very rich people don't control everything that we see and hear. But of course, I am Hamas, aren't I? Anyway, do have a gorgeous late-ish midweek if you can do. Subscriptions, hate them.